Okay, now analyze this transaction. Accounting equation, journal entry, and posting method or ledger accounts. So received 50,000 cash and issued a stock to the owners. If this is accounting equation, how we write it here? We say cash is increased 50,000. Stockholders, which is common stock, also increased 50,000. Right? Journal entry. And what are the rules? Always we start from debit and then credit. So when cash is a part of assets, when cash or asset increase, debit. So we start from cash. This is the debit side, this is credit side. It is 50,000. And we make a space here and we write a little bit further to the right side, common stock. Right? And how are we going to post this one? So since there are two accounts, one is cash and one is common stock. So since cash balance is debited, we write it down 50,000 here. Stock account is credited, we write it here 50,000 account. Right? Let's see the solution here. Right? Understood? If you understand all this one, you are in good shape. If you don't understand, please do write us in our WeChat group or our Blackboard discussion forum. So similarly, we have our transaction 2, which is paid 40,000 cash for the land. Now post it in all three methods. Accounting equation method, we paid cash, so it means cash negative 40,000. Land is also part of assets, so we include land increase 40,000 is equal to nothing here, right? Nothing here. So now generalize this entry. So cash decrease, cash is a part of assets, cash decrease, which means this is credit. Land is a part of, let me just change the color. Land is a part of asset increase debit, so it is debit. So remember how we're gonna write it? We will write it as debit to credit. So what is debited here? Land. And how we pronounce it? Land to cash. 40,000, 40,000. And this transaction is balance. So we write it here, cash increase or decrease here. In this way, we paid cash. Here it is. Right? This was the first. So most of the students will confuse that why this is 50,000 here, because this is the sum of all transaction ledger posting. So this come from transaction 1 and now this is transaction 2. Transaction 2 is here, right? It's on the credit side, 40,000. Land debit is the debit side here. And now our third transaction is purchase supplies for 3,700 on account. So how we record it on equation? Purchase supplies 3,700 on account, mean on credit. So it will be create account payable 3,700. And what are the generalized entry? Supplies are assets, asset increase debit, so we write it supplies. Liability increase credit to account payable 3,700, 3,700. So we can also write it down. So this is accounts payable and this is supplies, right? The supplies is debited. We just write it down here that we are talking about third transaction 3,700. Accounts payable is credited 3700, so 3700 is here. Let's see the solution. Right? Supplies, debit side, accounts payable, credit side. Similarly with the fourth one, that is performed services for the clients and received cash. So cash received, how much? So I'm not writing down the accounts here. I assume that you already know, but you must know that there is account. Okay, just write it here. So a cash, and we have revenue. So revenue is a part of stockholder equity, right? So receive cash, and there is gonna be 7,000 revenue because we received cash. And what is the generalized entry? It's cash to revenue, sales, right? 50,000, no, sorry, 7,000. So we have a cash account in transaction 1 and 2, and now cash is received, right? You can just write it down 4. Cash is received 7,000, and we have revenue account. So revenue account 7,000 as well. You can write down the transaction number, which is 4. If there is a date, you can write down the date here. So solution is here, it is, right? Good. So here comes our transaction 5. It means we performed service for customer on account, which means sale occurred, but we did not receive cash. It means we create accounts receivable customer. So here accounts receivable, and then revenue 3,000, right? And how we can make the entry? Account receivable asset increase credit, so we can write it down, account receivable to revenue. So revenue is 3,000 on credit side, account receivable is 3,000 on debit side, and you just post it here. We know that the revenue is already in our transaction 4, 7,000, and new revenue is 3,000, right? But account receivable, we don't have previous balance, so the balance just copied here, debit side, right? Here it is. Okay, the sixth one, we paid expenses, rent, employee salary, and utility expenses, right? So how we're gonna record in accounting equation? Number 1, you paid cash is decreased, and expenses include all those. So here cash decrease, how much? It is 2,700. So when you add all the expenses, in total 2,700. Expenses also this transaction is balanced, 2,700, right? How are we gonna record it? So remember, cash decrease, it means cash is assets, asset decrease. This is the example of credit. But recall our discussion regarding shareholder equity and expenses. Expenses are a part of shareholder equity, but it has exceptional rule, that is, if expenses increase, it means these must be debited, right? Expenses occurred. Expenses is the part of shareholder equity. Expenses increase mean credit, decrease mean credit. Sorry. So we're gonna write our accounting journal entry from debit. So debit side is, we can say that rent expenses, salaries, utilities to cash. Here it is. Rent is 1100, salaries are 1200, utilities are 400, totals 2700. And you will see that this accounting journal entry is balanced as well. Here it is. Right? Good. Okay, let's post this transaction into a ledger. So ledger means we have to open a separate account, T account. For every account we already have the cash account, and in which we have the balance already there. So the new 6 is cash is credit. We just write down 6 here, 2700 here. The rent account is debit 1100. We just see that here 6 1100. Salaries 6 1200. Utilities 6 transaction 400. Right? This is how we record it. Right? Good. Now I just want you to do this 7th transaction by yourself. I'm just gonna pause the video here. Just try to solve it and post it into journal and ledger. Okay, so I hope if your answer match, I'm just gonna paste our answer here. If your answer matches like this, it means you are in good shape. You already understand the whole journal entry and ledger account posting stuff. Okay, good. Let's move further. We have 9th. Just pause the video and try to solve it by yourself. Received 1000 on account. Okay, pause the video and I'm going to show you the solution. Just match it over there. Here it is. Right? And where this 3000 came from, 3000 is the account receivable balance through transaction 5. And we just receive it. Cash is, debit side is increased with 1000. Good. The next one is sold land for cash at the land cost 22,000. Just pause the video, try to solve it and post here. Right? Right, we have a previous balance in which we acquired the land for 40,000, and among 40,000, 2,200 is already sold. Okay, let's